Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome again to the podcast. This week, we're popping cherries. First time on the podcast. Welcome in Lance.
Oh, I'm so excited.
You should be. This is a prestigious show. We've had, Matthew Berry's wanted to come on. Told him no. Lance is on this week. So,
It's an honor and a privilege.
okay, let's get right into the nitty gritty here. We're gonna start off. Let's talk before we get into some vile hate spewing. Let's talk about the trade that happened today. Not a big trade here. Wandale for Tyrone Tracy. Just want to get your thoughts on it. The trade between Tiff and I.
Yeah, honestly, this one's kind of an up in the air one for me. A couple of guys I'm not super familiar on. And I've kind of got my screen up here. I mean, I've always kind of liked Wandale in the past. I mean, he's wow, he had a big game against Dallas here.
Mm-hmm.
I like the Wandale side.
Yeah. With context, she has Devin Singletary, who may not play this week, and then it would look like, theoretically, Tyrone Tracy gets the whole work of the backfield, which is
Okay.
why I picked him up originally. And I needed a receiver. She needed a running back. It was like, well, how about we just swap? And that's what we did.
I
So,
like it. Is he a rookie?
yeah, Tyrone Tracy's a rookie, which he looks
Okay.
really good.
Yep.
Um,
Yeah.
I sent Becker a little small offer for Tyrone Tracy in the Dynasty League. So, Becker, if you're listening, answer my fucking trade offer. Anyways, moving on. We'll go over here and we'll click on the trade that hasn't gone through yet between Matt and Becker. So, Matt would be getting Ramondre Stevenson and Chris Olave, and Becker would be getting Bijan Robinson, Zay Flowers, and Keenan Allen. What's your thoughts on it, Lance? Who wins? Who loses?
I, I love Beck's side of this. I mean, um, I, Zay. I don't know about the Ravens passing game. You know, especially after seeing them this last week, they look like just a rush heavy. I mean, I
Mm-hmm.
just love watching them run the football here. So I don't know.
Oh yeah, we're talking
Um,
we're talking to the Derrick Henry stan right now. By the way.
that's exactly Keenan. I like Keenan. He's coming back here. I think he'll be back this week. And then Bijan. I mean, uh, Olave's good. Stevenson's had some rough games here, especially with Beck getting the three for the two there. I'm a big fan of Beck's side of this.
Yeah, I originally just completely leaned Matt winning this trade because Ramondre is getting a hell of a lot of work. The offensive line's bad, but Ramondre still does good things. And Olave, been doing all right. And I'm not a big fan of Keenan Allen, really. I think he's old over the hill, but after digging into it a little bit, he still does get targeted. Zay Flowers, while he's not the greatest receiver at all by any means, he's still the number one receiver in the offense because I guess it's not Mark Andrews, but and then Bijan, who just had a really bad game, but I mean it's still Bijan Robinson. So yeah, and then looking further into it, I think it's pretty even trade both ways, but I think I would maybe then have to turn around and lean towards the Becker side as well. Because for Matt, too, the other thing is he had DJ Moore. So he had two Chicago wide receivers. And I know you said you've listened. You know how I feel about Chicago wide receivers and the Chicago offense right now. It's not pleasant. So
hmm hmm Yeah, I think on the other side, Matt. I mean, Olave. That's a great piece. So, um, and who knows? Who knows where things, how the events of the year will unwind.
Oh,
So,
it definitely changes from week to week.
hmm
My whole outlook on life changes literally week to week. All right, let's just get this shit out of the way.
all right, man. So I was from early on. I was not super. I know you said that you were going to get smoked
I'm
in this, but
calling you out as a fucking liar right now. Sitting here playing this whole sweetheart act you got going, it doesn't fool me. You knew you were gonna just. I mean, granted, I will give you this. It was closer than I thought it was gonna be by a lot, but I don't for a second think that you thought you were maybe gonna lose this game.
I mean, honestly, so I'm huge on Mooney, and I think he showed that last night. But I mean, he gets open consistently there for Cousins, and luckily he had a down week. But he easily could have put up 15 to 20 based on after last night's performance. And
Mm-hmm.
if Henry didn't put up his 35, I mean that could have been an L.
Yeah.
Could have been an L on my side there. So um,
Fucking Gasicki putting up not even. He gave me a point one. He didn't completely goose. He gave me a point one. But yeah,
yeah,
Henry. I guess I guess I play for Buffalo because he ran me over too. Uh, that was not very nice. Um, if only I would have played Jaden Daniels instead of Kyler.
well
Uh,
that would have done it.
yeah, I know. I
Wow.
was too chicken shit, and I said no more. Jaden Daniels is in until he proves otherwise. So, but
Yeah, I mean that's just a hell of a lineup you put together with having how many you have four guys out. I mean that's
yeah,
yeah.
and I mean last
So,
week McBride was out too, so the only options I had were Madison Daniels and Samaje Perine.
hmm
So like I'm play like I got lucky with Leggett having 19 points. I thought that was really good for what I was expecting of him. 11 from Lockett was more than I expected. I expected more from Mooney, but 8 was still like okay, whatever. Kyler was the one that disappointed me last week, and I'm gonna tell you when Amon-Ra threw that touchdown pass last week, I got
hmm
fucking hyped because I was just like screaming at the TV, like, do it again. But they got up by too many points and just didn't. So I was like, all right, it's over.
Yeah,
I
I mean
had,
Lockett had a couple. I think he had a couple not drops, but just potential catches down the on that last. I feel like it was that last drive, man. I was getting a little worried. I was definitely getting a little worried.
yeah, I was, yeah, I'm just, after that game, I turned like football off and I was like, all right, I don't even want to think, talk, or anything about football for like 24 hours. So disappointing, but congratulations on your win. We all knew you had it, except for you, apparently.
Well, I had a slight feeling, I guess, but
Yeah,
I hate to call it. If I do that, it always goes the other way.
well, yeah, I guess that's true. Every time I project myself to win, I lose, and every time I project myself to lose, well, I also lose. So that's what you get for having a podcast, I guess. Let's move on to the Battle of the Ryans. And Becker pulls this one out pretty handily. Uh, Breadaway got a bad rep here with Rashi going on IR, getting hurt. I think that was pretty damn early into the game. I didn't watch that game, but I was kind of sort of following along. And then
Yeah,
obviously I saw the clip of Patrick Mahomes taking his own guy out. So
yeah, and Brees. That's just a rough.
yeah,
That's rough.
I'm crediting that to Denver's defense. I think they got a really good defense over there, and they said, "Oh, this is your number one guy. We're gonna shut his shit down." So, um,
Well done on that. Yeah.
yeah, Justin Fields had a good game. Too bad it was on the bench. Uh, Bredeweg has also come to his senses and is now starting Fields over Mahomes. Uh, Mahomes is just he's the greatest quarterback in the league right now, but he is god awful for fantasy every year.
Hmm.
It doesn't make any logical sense, but it just happens. So
Hmm.
yeah, he kind of just didn't have a real good week here. Becker was just pretty consistent too. Neighbors always helps.
Yeah.
Burrow
What
and
a pick. Yeah.
yeah,
What a pick Neighbors is. Yeah.
I mean, good thing it's only the concussion, so it's only 1 week being out. But yeah, I don't know. Saquon, you know, it's good tandem there too. Olave had 16. I didn't realize he was 8 for 87. But yeah, congratulations, Becker. Moving along to Kim and Tim, and wife beats husband. Happens a lot at my house too. Nico Collins is Nico Collins is a fucking stud. I
Absolutely.
I was thinking at the beginning of the year that it was going to be. I knew Nico was it, but I didn't think it was going to be Stephon Diggs. I thought it was going to be Tank Dell, and I
Yeah.
was
Nico.
yeah
Nico reminds me of like I guess in the games I've seen like Mooney. You just see Mooney out there getting open, just finding ways. Like Nico, I forgot who I was watching them play, but I mean, just his ability to reroute, for Stroud and just find ways to get over. It's just incredible. I
yeah.
mean,
He
that's how he gets 12 catches, 150 yards.
well, he kind of reminds me of Justin Jefferson a little bit. Like 1 minute he's covered, next minute he's wide the fuck open, and you're like, how the hell?
Mm-hmm.
Jefferson does that very well too. So
It's a great combo of receivers right there.
yep, and everybody this year has the stack. So of course she had Stroud and Nico, so that helps quite a bit. Um, let's look at her bench. Oh yeah, Baker, big performance on the bench, but doesn't matter. Uh, Tim's team, Mike Evans and Jaden Reed and Jordan Mason. He scored pretty well. I think he would have beat quite a few people this week. Well, he would have been very, very close. But anyway, everybody scored pretty highly this week except for Bredeweg over here. But
Yeah, he's got McCaffrey there. That's just a big. I mean, well, I had Chubb last year, my first pick, and then Hill this year's been rough. But like, you get your top pick gets injured or something happens to the quarterback, whatever it might be.
yeah,
That's a lot you got to make up for.
well the Tyreek thing happened, or the Tua thing happened to Tyreek in Ben's league. So I traded Ben, Tyreek Hill, and I got back Devin Singletary and Rashi Rice a week ago. I got
Oh
effed over big time. So now
God,
I don't even have Tyreek anymore. Tua's coming back soon. Yeah, I got Devin Singletary though. That's something.
is that so? Is Tua? I mean, is he coming back after IR or
Oh yeah, he's coming back. I mean,
he's
I
okay?
nobody's for sure said yes he's coming back, but there's no way he doesn't come back.
Hmm.
If he doesn't come back, the Dolphins are about to start selling all their assets and they're just gonna tear it down. And I mean, there's just no way.
They look pretty terrible.
Yeah, they. I mean, every other team in the league, like even the Colts, for all the stupid decisions they make, they at least have the foresight to grab Joe Flacco as a backup to their. I'm not gonna say injury prone, but often fragile quarterback. While
Hmm.
Miami's over here just like, well, that Tua's had 6 concussions. He's not gonna get a seventh. There's no way. We'll go into the season with Skylar Thompson and Joe Schmo at backup quarterback. That'll work out.
Yeah, yeah, nothing behind him. Yeah,
Yeah, I don't understand it as a GM. That's boneheaded, but who am I? So congratulations on the win, Kim. Tiffany and Matt. Tiffany pulls out the victory on the back of San Francisco's defense, and Lamar Jackson, Deontay Johnson, Jameer Gibbs. She does have a tight end problem. She has the Mark Andrews problem,
Mm,
which is so sad to see. But because he's one of the players in the league I just really like for whatever reason. But
yeah, yeah, that's bad. That's 2 weeks in a row. I don't know if he had any. I don't think he had any points the week before. Yeah,
so week 1, 3 points. Week 2, 9 points. 0 and 0. And what? That's your fifth round pick in the draft. That's rough.
how do you? That's what I mean. How do you go about? Because I'm seeing in some like rankings, like he's getting like dropped.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't know what you do there.
It, I've never because she was kind of asking me like, has this ever happened before? And I'm like, I can't think of a instance where this high profile of a name has just done this.
Well, on that note, I mean, obviously, love watching Henry run the football, but like Lamar, I feel like Lamar is like he is found, and I don't know if it's the coaching. I know they were kind of talking about that, the commentary, just with they're kind of letting him do his thing, and it. I mean, I think he's gonna have. I mean, I think he'll be. I think he's top three here already, but he's gonna have a hell of a year here.
Well, yeah, because I mean, the defense that they're going up against. Okay, so you're going to defend the run. Okay, well Lamar's going to run it. You're going to defend Lamar. Well, okay, Derrick Henry's going to run it. Like you can't do
Yeah,
both. And then if you guys are really stupid and you just put everybody up front in the box, okay, well he'll just chuck it up to whichever receiver's open, which you know they're capable enough to
yeah,
catch it. So
yeah. He's kind of got that pocket kind of presence, but with it, I don't. It's very unique, and that's a hell of a quarterback to have here down the stretch. But I don't know about Andrews. I don't know what you do there.
yeah, I know she picked up a tight end. I don't know if it's reflective here. It's not. Okay. Uh, Brian Thomas is another one. I don't know if you've seen any of his stuff. He's looking pretty good too.
Yeah, I've got him in one of my dynasties.
That's.
Yeah,
I wish that's what I was gonna say. I wish I had him in Dynasty. That would have been. Uh, that that dude looks. That dude is a future superstar. I'm gonna put it. I'm gonna put it like that. So,
okay, okay.
um, yeah. And then going over to Matt, Chicago offense. Uh, hate to say I told you so, but actually I don't hate to say I told you so. I love to say I told you so. Um, not very good. Kyron Williams though, amazing. Travis Kelsey coming back, so that's good to see. Chuba Hubba putting up 22 points, looking like a really good running back. Uh, the Ravens are so good at running the damn ball that Justice Hill puts up 21 points. Like that just goes to prove our point. Like they could just do
Hmm.
whatever. Oh God. But congratulations on the win, Tiffany. And last but not least, we got Ben and Jordan. Jordan takes it this week. Again with the stack. Prescott and Lamb. How about them Cowboys? And Kenneth Walker got him in a league, and that's nice to have. Pollard had a
That's a
good
big,
game.
yeah, that's a big return game there. 33 points.
Yeah, 3 touchdowns. Can't beat that. I mean, what else can you ask for? Bench Swift on Swift's one good game, but still won, so it doesn't matter. But I bet that kind of hurt a little bit. It's like, really, I start this dude 3 weeks in a row. He does nothing. I bench him and he
Yeah,
goes off.
you put him back next week, he'll score five,
Yep.
5 points probably. Yeah,
Bears offense. Ben is hurting without his AJ Brown stack with Jalen. Also hurts to have negative zero point 0.4 points from Carson Steele, who fumbles and go and immediately gets out of the game and doesn't come back and do anything
yeah,
else.
yeah, and yeah. Hunt comes in and what was that Hunt's first game, and he had like 14 carries,
Yeah, I think
something
Carson
like that.
Steele started the game, fumbled, and Andy Reid was like, "Nope, Kareem Hunt, get your big ass in there."
Yeah, God.
Yep. He kind of, well, for lack of a better term, he fumbled his opportunity. But okay, you could have just gave me a sympathy laugh or anything,
That
but
was
chose to stay
that. Yeah,
silent.
that was good. That was above average.
Okay, there we go. Cooper coming back down. Cleveland's offense is another one. I'm personally projecting that Cooper gets shipped out here in a couple weeks. Um,
Mm.
I think the Browns are going to lose a couple more games. They're going to realize they're not going to get in the playoffs, win the division. They're stuck with, you know, uh, serial touchist at quarterback, and I think they're just going to
Mm.
start selling the farm and rebuilding. So,
Yeah, I
um,
mean, and they're throwing the ball to Judy, I guess, a little bit more here
mm-hmm. I'm
over Cooper, but
I'm thinking Cooper goes to a specific team, and I'm going to call it right now. I think he goes to the Chiefs. The Chiefs can't afford Devontae Adams, but they can afford Amari Cooper. So,
interesting.
yeah,
Okay,
especially if Rashi Rice is like actually out for the year. I think that's what happens. So, you heard it here.
market here. Yep.
Yep. So, congratulations on your win, Jordan. I don't remember if we had any interesting. I have to click view all here. Do we have any big FAAB? Yeah, we had a FAAB incident here, I guess.
Oh,
Um,
wow.
Ben and I both bid $26 exactly on Dontavian Wicks. And because we are the same record as well, but because he has less points for, he was awarded Dontavian Wicks. And
Cool.
I'm I'm gonna be transparent here. I was legitimately pissed off for like 3 hours.
So hold on a second here. So Ben got him, but he only bid 12.
No, no,
Am
no, no.
am I missing this? Am I Smokey the Bear 12,
Wait, yeah. What?
and you had 26?
Yeah. What the hell? Why that's a glitch, I think, because it says winning offer 26 and it went to him. How did
I don't
I
know.
think that's wrong. Maybe he also had another bid in for 12 like for like a different scenario. If that's the case, I'm going this is we're going to have to talk to Ben about this. Hold on, let me refresh the
Yeah.
page real quick just to see if anything like changes real quick. Yeah, no, it still says 12. Okay. Yeah, me and Ben are going to have it. I haven't looked at the computer screen about this. I just saw that he bid 26 and I knew I bid 26 too. So I was like, well, what was the fucking tiebreaker? Because we had the same record. It's points for. So yeah, we're me and
Interesting.
Ben are going to have a little chat about that.
Yeah, that's pretty definitely interesting
Thank you
there.
for pointing
Hmm.
that out. Maybe I'll be getting Dontavian Wicks before the weekend. Um,
There you go.
yeah. So, uh, see, this is I don't. It's
There's
the
your
same.
yacht. There's one more for Yahoo for you.
Yeah. There's another one right here. So he bid 11 on Geno Smith and he got him, but he also bid $11 on Geno Smith. Invalid claim due to previous transaction. I wonder if he just put in a couple things twice and like didn't delete it, so it's given like a, you know what I mean?
Mm, okay.
Yeah, I don't know, because it's doing it for me too right here on Fryermuth, $7, but invalid due to previous transaction. But yet I got him, so it's like
Mm.
I don't know. Anyway, that was essentially the. I mean, we had some other people added, but no fighting on the
I like the
waivers.
Tank Bigsby there. Tank. I've got him in one of my dynasties. He's running the ball well.
Yeah, I thought the Trey Sermon ad was good too because we all. I mean, I knew that Jonathan Taylor wasn't playing this week, so
Oh yeah,
yeah.
yeah, absolutely.
I mean, Denver's defense and Minnesota, both to 10. Those are, I think, the two best defenses in the league right now. So can't beat that.
Hmm.
Um, Sam Darnold maybe overpaid a little bit for Sam Darnold, but um, he's been a revelation comparative to his previous self. So,
Yeah, there's I don't know what's it, Baker Mayfield down there. I mean, Goff came back when he went to Detroit.
mm-hmm.
I don't know where some of these revelations they just happen.
Yep. I don't get it. So let's go. I know we're a little late on the podcast here, so Thursday night games have already happened. So we're gonna have to give our opinions with a little bit of foresight. And my matchup here with Brett Away, I've already scored 31 points with pretty nice performance from Darnell Mooney. Uh, so
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
who you think's got this game here?
I got to roll with you, and I mean, I guess some of that's a little bias from that nice high starting score there, but um, yeah, I mean, Jaden, who knows what he'll come up with this week. I'm anxious to see kind of how he blossoms here.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
If he
Kamara, I don't know.
if he does have a bad game, I do think Cleveland's defense is good, so I'm not gonna panic too much. I mean, he's a rookie; he's gonna make mistakes, but he's been looking
I
pretty
just think
good.
some volatility a little more so on Ryan's team. Like Tank. I don't know what to think about him.
Mm-hmm.
Ingram in his first game back here. Pittman. I don't know if he can follow up. Last week again. I guess.
It's
Um,
looking like Flacco's gonna play, so
so it might be pretty good there.
which is sad news for me.
Yeah, I'd give you the edge here. I'd I'm gonna stick with. I think Jaden's upside there. Um, Kamara and Robinson. Robinson's running the ball really well. So
Robinson might not
um,
play, so if he doesn't play, my only option is Alexander Madison. So my projection is I win if Brian Robinson plays. If he's out and Alexander Madison has to be started, I'm a little bit more sketchy on it.
hmm
Just because, like, Kamara does play Kansas City, they usually shut down your best option, which is Kamara. McBride's coming back off of a concussion. Xavier Legette is playing Chicago, which their offense sucks, but their defense is amazing. I did get Wandale, so that's nice. So I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Brees will probably bounce back after that.
Man,
Well, I don't know. It's against Minnesota though.
and they're in London.
Mm,
So I'm I'm thinking I have a conspiracy theory here, and I think that those London games and those Mexico games and all those overseas stuff, I think they're somehow incentivized to throw the ball. So it's, make it exciting.
mm.
So I'm a little down on, I think Brees might have another down week this week. Plus Minnesota's defense is really good. So, but
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah.
yeah, but Justin Fields should uh, match what Daniels does this week because he's playing Dallas and Dallas is hurt on defense. So
hmm
I I shouldn't do this, but I'm gonna pick myself. So
See how it turns out.
let's go over to Becker and Tim. Uh,
Mm.
First reactions. I like what I'm seeing from Tim's team.
Mm.
Second reactions say the same thing.
I think that it's what? So what is Dubs only projected 1.7? Oh, he's okay. So
Yeah,
Dubs is not going to play.
no, but he does have Raheem Mostert who is scheduled to play. Um, so I, other than the Dobbs thing, Debo's coming back. Ferguson's, um, I really, as I guess just because I had him last year, I really like Jake Ferguson. Jordan Mason has made CMC's absence be not as bad because he's been really
Mm-hmm.
good. James Cook and Josh Allen against Houston. that just equals points. Evans already put up 23. Jaden Reed should have a good game. Uh,
Mm.
okay, Becker's got some bye weeks. And he's got the neighbors hurt thing. Okay, I was wondering where Saquon was. He's on a bye. That makes sense. Yeah, he's got to start
Yeah,
Javante, Rico
yeah. You got Burrow
Dowdle.
and Chase. Burrow and Chase against Baltimore is not ideal.
Yeah. Stevenson against Miami should be good. So he should be thanking that this trade didn't go through this week because Bijan did not have a good game, so he would have definitely lost in that one. But I think Stevenson will be all right. Same thing with Olave, but I'm still picking Tim.
I'm with you. I think I'd give a slight edge to Tim here. I think it should be a close. I think it should be a close matchup.
Yep, I agree. Let's move on to Kim and Jordan. So that big 3-3 staring at me. That's a big Drake London game.
Absolutely. That
Pres-
CD out there, Walker. Ooh man,
Prescott Lamb and Kenneth Walker. ETN against the Colts. Yeah. Kin- Kincaid at
that's a
Houston with
big
no
sport.
receivers. See, he is starting
Uh,
DeAndre Swift too. That's funny.
yeah,
I was looking to see if he has Tony Pollard's on a bye. So yeah, he's gonna get a 0 from DeAndre Swift. But other than that, it looks pretty good. I mean, even JSN against the
yeah.
Giants.
I tell you what though, I like Kim. Kim has a with Nico and Jefferson.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
James Conner, I think he's gonna have a pretty good week this week too.
yeah,
I don't know about Zach Moss.
yeah.
Not
Najee, I got Najee in one of my dynasties. He's just I don't know. He's just not efficient. I don't know what it is. I just don't really. I'm surprised Warren hasn't, or even Patterson, but they just keep running the ball with him.
yeah, not Najee is just one of those players that's just gross. Like he produces the points, but you are never happy with it. Like he's
Yeah,
had
it's like
8, 8, 13, and 10.
yeah, it's
Like
like 20 carries, 65 yards.
yeah,
That's
no
about it.
no touchdowns. Patterson or Warren have been getting the touchdowns, or Fields been running them in more likely. But uh, yeah, it's just he's consistently gross. Is the
It's a good adjective.
yeah. Garrett Wilson, another one that's been underperforming. Uh, I
Well, they get Devontae out there in New York. He'll be all right.
I kind of I I originally thought that too, but then I kind of thought about it. I don't know, man. Aaron Rodgers, when he has Devontae, he just there's nobody else on this earth. There's just him and Devontae out there. Like he just doesn't throw the ball to anybody other than
I like the
Devontae.
sound of that. Yeah, that sounds pretty good to me.
Yeah, I know it sounds great for you, but for Kim here and having Garrett Wilson, I don't think that's good at all. That's how I see
Yeah.
it going. I mean, I see the path of like the top cornerbacks covering Devonte Adams, so Garrett Wilson's open, but I just don't think Rodgers is that kind of quarterback. I think he's live and die by targeting your
Hmm.
guy. So, but
Oh, who's that down there? Is that 29?
Baker Mayfield.
Okay.
Yep. I originally thought the same thing. I was like, why does she not start Baker? It's because she has CJ Stroud. Like, how do you not
Mm.
play him and Nico together against Buffalo?
Looks like all these teams have two good quarterbacks, and I don't have any. So I
That's
need
because
to.
it's because you won't fucking trade me.
I could go after maybe a Baker or who was it? Mahomes and
Yeah, go get you Mahomes.
whoever. I don't know about that.
Get your 10 points. 10 points a week. Um, I've got Jordan winning this one. I really just like the Walker, ETN, Kincaid, Lamb, Prescott thing. That's just gonna be too much with this
Yeah, I think
3v3 for
Jordan's got
me.
a I think Jordan's got a fuller team. I think him has a really good like little cornerstone there at the top, but then it
Mm-hmm.
kind of fades off a little bit, and um, somebody's got to kind of fill that in there
Yep.
at some point. But yeah,
Yeah, she's got these four players here that's like, oh yeah, and then it just dies. So,
hmm
yep, I'm gonna give that one to Jordan. So Matt and Ben. So Godwin had 11 and Bijan had 10, which I mean, I guess it wasn't a terrible. You were saved with the Bijan thing by the three receptions, getting you 3 points there. Otherwise, it would have been 7 points. That's not what you expect from Bijan. He's got Kyron
mm
against Green Bay. Should be fine. Still starting DJ Moore. Obviously doesn't listen to the podcast or doesn't respect me, one or the other.
I don't know. I can see a DJ against Carolina
I know,
maybe.
I'm just joking. If he's ever gonna do it, if he doesn't do it against Carolina, I'd drop his ass. Who
hmm
who doesn't perform against Carolina? Like seriously. If Caleb Williams, no, I'm dead serious. If Caleb Williams sucks this week against the Carolina Panthers, I not just for redraft, for dynasty and the NFL and everything, I would be so concerned with Caleb Williams. I don't
Oh, for sure.
at that point you gotta start asking, okay, is it him? Is it coaching? Like what's going on? Because this they should put up fucking 48 points on the Carolina. If that doesn't happen, there's some serious things that need to be done.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He's got too much. Oh, what's the word? I mean, he just has been hyped. I don't know to what level, but
Well, he was the
it's
number one
ridiculous.
pick. He was like the franchise savior. They brought in all these pieces to give him a stud offense right off the bat, and he's just not been doing it.
hmm hmm
So, I do like the Chubba Hubba play though against not Cincy, Chicago. I think Chicago's a little bit better at the pass defense rather than run, but uh, Goff, Laporta on a bye, and then over here on Ben's team, starting Geno Smith, which is kind of the same story as Darnold, but to a lesser extent. Geno Smith's actually been decent this year.
Yeah,
Not like super high scoring, but just consistent.
yeah. He almost had 400 yards there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So he just didn't throw any of the touchdowns. He's been running a little bit, so it's always good for fantasy. So he stacks that up with DK. Terry McLaurin has been coming alive. You're welcome, aka Jaden Daniels. Still
yeah.
starting. What?
I wonder what backs does he have on the bench here?
Oh, Ben. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's hurting with me here.
Oh,
He's got AJ, Nick Chubb, Jalen Warren, who's out. Hurts, Taylor, McConkey, like he's hurting here, so that's why he's forced into Carson
wow.
Steele and Trey Sermon and all that. But
Mm.
so he's trying to survive. Uh, Cooper should probably have a good game against Washington. Washington's defense, well, apparently gives up the most fantasy points to the wide receiver position from Yahoo.
Mm. Hey, I wonder. Click on Wix there. See what he paid for Wix.
Oh, yeah,
Does it show it on there? 26.
26, yeah.
Huh.
I think
Yeah.
it probably was. I'm still gonna text him immediately following this, but I think it was like just a weird thing where he put in two different claims.
Yeah.
So
Well, I'm going with. I mean, yeah, I gotta go with Matt here. I mean, I don't know what to think about Steele.
I'm
How
I'm
where he
getting
comes in here.
I'm getting weird here. I'm calling for an upset. I'm calling.
Okay.
I'm thinking Wicks is gonna have a really good week. Cooper bounces back. Uh, Maybe I don't know about Kittle. Trey Sermon should be all right. McLaurin should be all right. DK and Gino should be all right. I'm thinking where not Lance, you're Lance, where Matt's gonna bust over here. I'm thinking he's probably gonna get a little bit of a bust from Trey Flowers, and I'm also predicting a bust from Travis Kelsey. So I
Okay.
think just from these guys not having a shit ton of points, I think Ben can cover. I think Ben pulls this one out narrowly.
Okay. I think New England defense is going to put up 20 against Miami.
Oh fuck, I didn't even see that. Ah man.
Against Huntley.
Okay, I'm changing my
No,
answer.
I'm with you.
Oh,
I'm with you. I'm with you.
I'm changing my
Ben,
answer.
it'll be a good matchup. It'll be a good one.
I'm changing it to I think Matt wins, but I think it's still close. Yeah, you're right. New
Okay.
England's gonna put up like fucking 20 points against Tyler Huntley. I literally didn't even see it. And then he's got Cleveland, and I'm thinking Washington, the fewest.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I think. Okay, now I'm saying Matt wins by a narrow margin. Lock it in. Okay, last matchup here. My lovely wife versus Tiffany. I'm kidding. Um, Lance versus Tiffany. I say, did you catch on there? You got it.
Yeah. Yeah.
My second place
Yeah.
bride.
That's right. That's right. Hmm.
So I'll let you have this one. You be the host for right now since it's your matchup.
Okay. Let's see here. We'll go. Looks like Singletary's out, so we'll move. Oh, man. Yeah. See who she's going to put in place of him
She's
there.
probably so she's got Gibbs on the bye, so I'm assuming she puts in Tyrone Tracy. That's why she bought him
Oh, okay.
essentially.
Gotcha.
She could
Perfect.
do Eckler, but I think she's leaning Tracy. So just pretend Tyrone Tracy's right here.
Okay.
I heard Lance is going to take Brock Purdy out, drop Anthony Richardson, and trade for Jaden Daniels. So we'll pretend that's there too.
I wouldn't mind that. Let's see. I don't know. I've had a good string of luck. It's probably see Ayuk, Pickens. Mm,
I don't know what she's going to do with the Zach Ertz and Mark Andrews thing.
no.
I would put Zach Ertz in there personally because two zeros in a row, I'd make him do it on the bench and just, I think her
She got.
she's got some good
Yeah,
players, yeah. It's just
I know. Her receivers are really, you know, Tracy against Seattle. A Chain against New England.
yeah, I think Achan's going to have a little bit of a down game here. Especially if Mostert comes back, they're going to split a little bit, and New England actually has a good defense. Um, Addison against the Jets, so um, Sauce is probably going to be all over Justin Jefferson. It's not going to work, but I think maybe Addison does get a little bit. You're kind of just hoping for a touchdown. Brian Thomas is going to go fucking off against the Colts. As a Colts fan,
Mm.
I these are death taxes and the Colts defense is god awful. Those are the three things in life right now. So
So I, I think I'll give myself a slight edge here, but I think she's gonna have some. I think she's gonna probably have a couple duds out of the out of the selection here, but I think she's also gonna have some guys that go off as well.
yeah, I'm not
But
feeling T Higgins against Baltimore. Um, I'm I don't really know how I'm feeling about Addison. Like I said, you're hoping for a touchdown, down game from Achan. Lamar will be good, but
I don't know. Lamar could hit Andrews for 100 yards.
which is why I think, which is I think what her dilemma is. Like she's scared to put Andrews on the bench, having started him for like 2 weeks in a row with 0 points, and then he puts up like 30 on the bench. I think she'd quit fantasy football. So, and then your team over here, Purdy against Arizona. I like it. Diggs versus Buffalo. I, Normally, I don't believe in Diggs, but it's against Buffalo. Revenge game narrative. You kind of think they're gonna maybe force feed him just a little bit. Tyreek, I don't think that's gonna be very good.
Mm-hmm.
Aaron Jones against New York though should be all right. They're the pass defense, not the run defense. We saw the freight train's gonna get his one way or the other. Uh, the Raiders don't have anybody else to pass the ball to, so why don't we just chuck it to Brock Bowers? Which after we get off the podcast here, you're gonna have to give me your secret voodoo tricks on drafting rookie tight ends and making it work somehow.
I swear, man.
Last year with freaking Laporta and this year with Brock Bowers, like there's some sort of sorcery here happening, and I need to know what it is.
Well, I'm hoping I got picked up old Eric All in the dynasty, and he's already getting. I think he's been like 4 for 4 the past like 3 games. So
Is he the next guy?
uh, I think so. I think he could. I mean, if I have that magic touch, then I guess he's got to be.
All right, you heard it here, folks. Next year, Eric All, first round. uh, Ayuk, he's gonna get hurt a little bit with Debo coming back, but still against Arizona, so I still like it. George Pickens against Dallas, I like it. Baltimore D, eh. She's got San Fran's D, eh. I don't know. I definitely give the edge to you. Um,
I kind of. I was used to Stream, and this year I was like, I'm taking Baltimore, and I'm starting them. And then the worst matchup I could have started them was last week, and they scored the most points. And I learned this from last year because I would always sit them against the best offenses, and they'd put up like 17 versus my streaming 7 points.
mm-hmm.
And I was like, you know what? I'm rolling with that. Now they're not as good as they were last year. Baltimore's not.
Yeah.
But I'm just rolling with it. That's not gonna. Baltimore is not gonna be off my roster this year.
Well, you got to think about it, like with your. So in that Dallas game, I don't know if you watched it, but they were having a really good defensive performance until the fourth quarter.
A hundred
Uh,
percent, yes.
I think it
Yep.
was the same thing with the Raiders, was it not?
I don't remember the end of that, but I did. Yeah, Dallas. They were up. Yeah, what did Dallas score like 3 touchdowns in the
In the fourth
2 or 3?
quarter, yeah. Like they were down. I think it was like 28-7 or 10 or something. Because Tiff's a Cowboys fan. She was dejected. Game over. About to like go lay down and go to bed, turn it off, and then all of a sudden Dak throws a touchdown. It's like, wait a minute. And then they got like the onside kick or something, and then Dak goes down and scores another one, and she's all hyped and stuff. And granted, the
Yeah,
Ravens still won, but defense
yeah, but
kind of
that should have
shit the
been.
bed. Yeah,
Yeah, that should have been a double-digit score there, I think. But
yeah.
until they gave it up. But yeah,
But yeah, I mean,
yeah.
to your thing with the defense, that's what I've been doing for the past couple of years. Like I got the Steelers. They're not
Hmm.
in a great, like, granted, who would have expected 3 against Indy, but you know I'm gonna start them every fucking week, no matter who they play, and just ride it out. Cause like you know this week against Dallas, it says it's a bad matchup. Well, maybe Dak Prescott decides that he's gonna fucking suck this week. Like you just ride it. You take the ups and the downs, and you never know. Predicting when the defenses are gonna do it is harder than anything. So
Yeah, I think sometimes we think too much about it. Like you take like Baltimore because I was thinking about it. I'm like, well, and I was kind of set on it. And sure enough, yeah, they shut Allen down. They looked great. They all came together, and sometimes you can't you don't realize what in real life what's coming in. Maybe they almost gave that up against Dallas, and they were pretty motivated. And I mean, same thing with like think about DeAndre Swift putting up whatever he did. You look at the long term, and in some cases, if you just leave things go, a lot of times it can turn out in your favor more
yeah,
so than you think.
yeah.
But
And then a quick look for everybody at the standings. So everybody's got at least one win, but Becker doesn't have a loss yet. So Tim, get on that. We need to fix that. We need an even playing field. Nobody can get a big head in this league, except for me. because I'm the champ.
Mm-hmm.
I do have the second highest points for being a 1-3 team. I will throw that out there. But yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, uh, Lance, it was a pleasure having you, sir. Any
Yeah, absolutely.
any last thoughts for the people?
Uh, Not really, man. It's just been a like I said, an honor and a privilege being on this podcast, man. I get to see it and watch it every week, and just to be in here. I mean, you should see the mess here from the cherry that's been popped here. It's pretty gross. I got to
Uh,
clean up.
all right, now we were a G-rated show, and now we got to turn it to R-rated show. Right there at the end. God, you
That's
messed it
right.
up. I appreciate you being on. You were one of the only ones that hadn't been on the show yet, so I think no, Becker's been on. I think the only one we're missing now is the new guy Jordan. So try to get him
Jordan
on.
be good.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's an encyclopedia. So
yeah.
yeah,
I
get him on.
I think next week's docket is filled up with Bredewig. So after that, I think we're looking for guests. So, Jen, just because you've been on the show once doesn't mean you don't you're done for the year. If you want to come back on a little bit later, perfectly fine. Just holler at me. I'm always looking for people to talk with because I think the show goes a little bit better when there's another person that doesn't live at this house talking, and it's not all one-sided biased shit.
Yeah, we don't hear that. Yeah,
Yes, somebody's got
yeah.
to keep me in check. At least I'm self-aware of it. So, but all right. Well, I appreciate you guys watching, and good luck to everybody this week, and hopefully no catastrophic injuries. Have a good one, guys.